Hello, friends. This is your daily forecast with Jenae, and we are connecting to today. So, I haven't seen you guys in forever. Like, there's been so many things going on, and I've been doing yogas almost like every day. And by yogas, I mean like class yogas from 8 until, like a full work day of yoga. And so, all the things. Um, but I wanted to take a minute today during my lunch and it's like noon-ish, noon o'clock. And I wanted to take a couple of minutes during my lunch and say hello to you guys and reconnect to the days. I was talking to a friend yesterday and I said, I haven't been doing my moon times. And she said, well, maybe that's not, or like maybe that's the reason you're not feeling connected. And I was like, oh gosh. Once again, if you don't know me, how predictable that I am having trouble connecting to myself. So it is, like I said, noon o'clock. It is Pi Day, 3.14. 2019. So I hope there's a piece of pie in your future today. And I hope it's very tasty, whatever you decide to pie today. I hope it's very tasty. Actually at yoga, just a couple minutes ago before I left to come home and do this and let out the dogs, we were talking about last night and how strange it seemed. There was like non-sleeping situations last night. And so I had thoughts about, I was like, I wish I had looked at my moon calendar this morning because something was going on last night. And what truth this may come, we went void of course this morning. So there it is, people. We went void of course. And a little bit later in the morning, actually at like 8:30 in the morning, we went void of course, but I think the moon was getting ready for this one because if I felt it. And we went from the first quarter into the second quarter. So it was like the beginning of the first quarter the last time that I talked to you guys, and now it's the beginning of the second quarter. So it's been almost a week. The moon is waxing, so it's getting bigger. We did new moon. I hope the best for all of your new moon wishes if you made those. If you didn't make those, it's okay. The moon is going to continue rising and or getting bigger and smaller. So you'll have another month to do it. You could do it right now and it would be just fine. But we are now in the second quarter. And that the second quarter is a pretty good planting quarter. The first quarter, I think, is the best for most things, but the second quarter is an excellent planting quarter, and having it be spring is really, it's all about the gardening. So if you've got some gardening to do, this quarter would be a pretty good time to do it before the power of the full moon in a week. So we are, as of 6:27 this morning, we are in the second quarter. We are in Gemini. We've been in Gemini for a couple of days. And I will tell you, and I've told you before, my issues with Gemini emotion days are very difficult for me. And so, in true purpose, and I didn't even know it until I'm talking to y'all right now, I've had some, just stuff to deal with that is Gemini for the last couple of days. If you're a very Gemini person and that like swaying back and forth between those two personalities works for you, or it's in a great part of your astrological chart, then like more power to you. And I'm glad we're getting there. The best thing about Gemini for me is that Cancer comes next. So At 5:49 p.m. tonight, we're moving into Cancer, boy, and I am so excited. All of the home times I will be having during this couple of days moon phase. I'm planning on rocking it out. I will do one more day of yoga tomorrow and then have some home weekends, some time with the girls, and just work. I'm gonna nestle in. I'm gonna nuzzle. I don't know if nuzzle is a word, but I'm gonna do it. So, couple more hours left of Gemini for all of us. Looking forward to the change, but realizing that those strong emotions and those things that make your heart pound are there for a reason to tell us truths. And so I have some of the anxieties today because this afternoon I'm going to be teaching my first 30-minute class. And this is actually like a rewrite of my original class that I had written because I wrote a class that wasn't true to me. And the way that I practice yoga, I like words a lot and I like stories. And the reason why I do yoga is very purposeful and personal. And I think everybody has this. Everybody who does yoga does it for the reason that they do it. But especially when you're teaching, over the last few weeks and even few months, I have gained strength. And my body is changing and my mind is changing, and I can feel myself being able to hold poses that I've never been able to hold before, or even get into poses, and to have the strength to do things that I've never done. So what I did on my first write-up of my class was I wrote 30 minutes of poses that I can finally get into, and it was insane and not even good. It was probably a good flow for like an hour if you were to space it out and breathe in the middle. Telling you guys, it was, one of these days I'm going to use it. But like I said, it's going to be maybe for an hour class and definitely have a beginning and an end and not just be like a bunch of hard stuff. So I came home on Tuesday night. I took yesterday for some personal time, for some PT, or what do they say, a TLC. I took yesterday off of yogas, and but on Tuesday night, knowing that I had a day off, I felt this ground into myself for a moment. Like I felt myself meet me, and I was like, this is not what I want. This is not the way I practice yoga. This isn't the way that I want to teach people to practice yoga. This isn't my story. It's maybe somebody else's. And so I rewrote my class. So I've practiced it a few times, but it's so heartful and it's so me, similar to when I talk to you guys, but it's so heartful and it's so me that I find myself right now looking at the clock going, in 3 hours I'll be teaching a class. And feeling very vulnerable about that. So, not only because speaking in front of people is real and heart pounding, but also sharing a part of your soul is a lot. But I wouldn't have it any other way. So, wish me the best. So, second quarter, Gemini, the moon, we're talking the moon times, right? Moon, Gemini moving into Cancer this evening. So our emotions are going to move into Cancer emotions. And we are still in Pisces. Months are long when you go by the phases of the moon, like the emotions of the moon. It seems as we're going through phases of the moon and our emotional makeups throughout the month, that the actually consistency of the sun sign is sometimes just so consistent. But there it is. We will move into Aries. We've talked about that Pisces is the sign to end all signs. And Aries is the sign to begin all signs. So we're coming to the end of the zodiac new year in about a week, just a little under a week. And that Aries is powerful. We'll talk about it a little bit more then. Pisces, once again, is a water sign. It is the fish. And really, kind and generous and all of those sorts of things. I think what is going to be shining, or what shines through when the sun, shines through when we're in the zodiac, that is Pisces, is just a very wholehearted, sensitive connectedness to other people, and to really new beginnings, because an ending means a new beginning. So, wrapping up shop, closing down, gaining closure, coming into Aries. It's neither a planting nor a harvesting day, so you get to choose that for yourself. The color for today is green. And I actually just changed my clothes. Not only just because I was sweaty, but because because we did yoga this morning. Like, we do yoga twice a day, so outside of learning postures and things. But because I looked in the mirror of my camera and just went, what are you? This is my Marie Kondo coming out. My finding what gives you pleasure and what doesn't. I changed my underwear because I'm, the size of my body is changing, and my muscles are changing, and I just need to get new underwear, guys. I know that this is not about you. You guys don't want to know that, but I changed my underwear and my bra and my shirt and my outer shirt because I was just I'm not comfortable. And I wasn't comfortable even looking at myself in the camera knowing that I was wearing something that wasn't comfortable. And I'm like, what are you doing? Who are you trying to be right now? So, case in point, racerback tops. The next new thing, right? People have been wearing them for the last couple of years. It's like this hot new trend where everybody looks athletic because they've got their shoulder blades hanging out. And that's cute. And it doesn't look too bad on me, aside from the fact that I have super wide shoulders. It doesn't look too bad, but it's just I pull my shoulders over the day when I wear something on top of my shoulders, like this muscle right here, just squinch up like this, and by the end of the day. Anyway, so I changed my whole outfit and put on this green sweater. I had a green sweater on earlier, but knowing that today the color is green, we've talked about green before. Green is the color of the heart chakra, and it is anahata, right? The heart that is unbroken, even though it breaks. I have a video on that, if you'd like to watch it. The heart that is broken, even though it breaks. So it is the heart chakra. It is green. It is foresty and lush and lovely, and that gives me a bit of strength and relief about teaching my class later for some reason. I just feel like a day where the color is green is a day that I know I can connect to, because this color, this foresty green color, is just one of my, I was going to say heart colors. Yes, it is. No, one of my soul colors, I would say. It's a very cozy color to me. If you were to turn this camera, and I'm not going to because I don't want to get y'all motion sick. We are right now in my house, in my office space, and behind me you see the walls are white, or they're kind of an off gray, but the back wall that's directly behind you is this color, and I made this as my room. When we moved in, you know, we have the master bedroom, and I just needed a space that looked like something I would love just for me. And for some reason, and the color that's on the wall is called Rainforest, but it's this dark, lush, kind of like a almost like a damp life, sort of like a heavy damp, like woody smelling life green. And so that's, you know, that's almost like the smell of this color, I swear, is like the woods. And so anyway, all the things about green, today the color is green. So I would say, I always say that every day is an earthy day, but I would say that today is an earthy day. It's a great day to connect to the earth. So if you want to do that, pick your fave green. I see my chairs are green. And these I got for free. And I, you know, it was magic that I got them. Magic happens. When you love something and you aren't ashamed of it, magic brings the things to you that you love. And so I hope that for you today. I hope connectedness for you today. I hope for you green and your heart that is full. I hope for you today peace and peace of mind, that the days just go. Like, I haven't talked to you guys in days, but the days just keep, you know, they keep moving by, and that can be really depressing sometimes, just to even think like that the world would keep going, right? I've thought of this before. The world would keep going if I disappeared, you know? What would happen, you know? And I'm not trying to be morbid here, but that thought goes through our heads sometimes when the world moves so fast. But there's a flip to that coin, and it is that there's a consistency that we get to connect to in the earth that is about that connection, the connection to realizing that the moon is going to become full and then become new and become full and become new. And us being able to connect to that cycle allows us to feel grounded in something and connected, and know that we cycle too. When we start to see our cycles, and I don't even mean cycles for women, although women have an obvious cycle. I just mean that we go through emotions and moods and colors from moment to moment, and thoughts that go through our heads, and that it's all consistent, but it's all a variety, a consistent variety of like life and love, if you choose that path. And so I hope that for you today. I hope that for all of us. So wish me the best, guys. I really hope I don't think my heart is going to stop pounding, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And it means a lot to me that you guys are like rooting for me out there. So thank you for that. If you have something that you need to be rooted on about, I'm rooting for you, whatever that is, because we need somebody who's on our side. So like, I'm there. I'm rooting for you. I've got my scrunchie. Those are coming back too. I am, you know, cozy socks and pants, sitting here as a girlfriend, you know, click of the glass. You are amazing and gorgeous, and I know that what you're about to do is huge and amazing, and it's going to bring so much joy to you and the people in your life and the people that you love and the people that love you, because you are stepping out and being courageous. And that is so big. That's so big. So I love you. And Kateri, this is you today too. If you're watching this, I'm talking to you. Go get it, mama. And all the rest too. And me and all the rest of y'all. So go get it. And I'll see you next time.